darling, come on. We're going to be late. Hester! Hester, is that you? Hester? Hester Pierce, if you're trying to frighten me, you could just be sure you won't have a job tomorrow morning. Bennett? Darling, is that you? Someone, please answer me. Who are you? Hester! Hester Pierce, I know that's you. Are you in your room? Why don't you answer me? Lights, I can't see. Hester! Bennett! Bennett, please come up here! Bennett! Ow! Oh, Bennett!
Lisa, are you all right?
Oh, Bennett. No, somebody's up here.
What are you talking about?
Somebody is up here, and Bennett, the lights went out.
Why are you standing here in the dark?
Because I said the lights went out, and I couldn't get them back on. They just went out.
All right, I'll call the electrician.
All right, Bennett, please.
Those downstairs switches never work. Those alternate switches.
Would you please
never...
listen to me? Somebody is up here. Now, I saw their shadow at the top of the stairs, right there.
What are you talking about?
And then I came to the door, and that door opened, and then it closed again. There's somebody in that room.
Why would somebody be in this room? In the room with the lights out?
Look, it's Hester. I know it's Hester. She's trying to fight me, and it made me
Lisa,
scream. I know it is. Now, she's in there. Now, go ahead. Go look.
All right, we'll have to take a look.
Well, turn on the light. There. See? No, it's empty.
Appears to be.
I know that there was someone in here. Bennett, there really was. I saw the door. Look in the closet. Check the closet.
There's no one in this. There's nowhere to hide.
Is something wrong?
Hester, where did you just come from?
From downstairs.
Now, wait a minute. I called you. I called you when I was downstairs in the sitting room. I called towards the kitchen. I called everywhere, and you didn't answer. If you'd heard me, you would have answered me. Now, wouldn't you? Why didn't you answer me, Hester?
As I said, I was downstairs, in the cellar. I didn't hear you. I went down to get some extra blankets for your son's room. Well, the nights are getting colder and colder, and I don't suppose he's used to our country air. This is the room I'm getting ready for him. I hope it meets with your approval.
Yeah, it's fine. That explains it, then. Hester was in the room fixing it up for Tom, and she must have left the door ajar when she went out.
That isn't true. I don't believe that. I don't believe that for a minute, because I know the door was closed. It was not ajar, and then I
don't know what to think. Hester just came up the stairs, and
Why
I was in my room until I heard you scream.
Please believe me, the door was closed, and then I saw it open, and I know that there was someone in here.
Couldn't have been anyone in here. I'm sorry that you were frightened again.
Are you watching the time? You won't be able to drive very fast in this fog.
Yeah. I hope the weather doesn't hold up Tom's plane.
Oh, well. Bennett, did it ever dawn on you? Maybe there's someone we don't know about who's prowling around here at the inn.
Lisa, that's the most foolish idea I've ever heard.
No, that could be.
All right, come on. We've got to go meet that plan.
That's where you've been every night you're supposed to be working late. You've been with her.
Stop it, Marcia.
Well, maybe not every night. Now and then you probably do put in a little extra time at the hospital, just to make your excuses more credible. But the rest of the time you're with Annie. That little tramp.
Don't you mention Annie's name again. Particularly since you don't know what you're talking about.
You know, it's amazing. Little Miss All-American Girl. Boy, she really had me fooled. And a lot of other people too, obviously.
Did you hear me?
Will you just stop trying to be so noble? It's all a little foolish now. I know what's going on. You know what's going on. So let's just get it all out in the open.
Marcia, you are totally 100% mistaken.
You're not having an affair with her?
No!
Tell me another one. Boy, you must really think I am a complete fool.
You don't know what you're talking about.
I know a lot more than you think I do. I've known for a long time you've been involved with somebody. I just didn't know who. So I looked toward the more obvious choices. Well, I don't have to make any more wild guesses, do I? Now I'm speaking from first-hand knowledge. Think I had that girl as a guest in my house and she had the nerve to come here.
Look, just calm down and try and be reasonable.
Why should I try to be reasonable? My marriage is falling apart because of that girl.
Marcia, the marriage was falling apart a long time before I met Annie.
You see, you are admitting it's Annie, aren't you? Well, it's about time, because I am not about to have the wool pulled over my eyes one more time. Now, I know you were at Annie's apartment tonight. Are you going to lie to me about that?
No.
Good. I know a few other things, too. I know you kissed her very sweetly in the hallway. And I know you told her you'd see her tomorrow. Are you going to tell me I'm mistaken about that?
Did Jeff call you, tell you all about this?
Now, why would Jeff care one way or another?
Because Jeff is very upset with me because I didn't recommend him to the board to be Alex's temporary replacement for chief of surgery. I think he would do about anything to get even with me.
Well, you're wrong. It wasn't Jeff. I was in Annie's building tonight. I saw for myself. And all those evenings you were supposed to be working late. And I was here alone waiting for you. And you were in her bed.
Listen, I'll just be a minute. I had to come over and talk to you.
Doug.
Look, I know I promised you that I wouldn't see you again until I was completely free. But I wanted you to know, I saw Grant Coleman this morning. I've started divorce proceedings.
Oh, Doug.
I'm planning on moving out in the morning. It'll probably be some time before we can spend time together, but I've taken the first step.
Hello, Annie.
Hello, Melinda.
I'm sorry to bother you so late, but I'd like to talk to Barbara. Is she in?
No, I'm sorry, she's not.
I know I should have called before I came over, but I thought... Do you know where I can reach her? It's kind of important that I do.
Well, she left a few hours ago to take Tom Hughes to the airport, and I don't know where she was going after that. She'll probably be back soon, though.
Okay. Well, I'll go to that place around the corner and I'll have some coffee for a while, and then I'll call back here, okay?
Melinda, there's no need for you to kill time somewhere else. This is Barbara's apartment, too. Come on in.
Are you sure you don't mind?
I don't mind. Come on in.
Thank you.
All right, I understand. Good night, Mr. Bradley.
Well, from what I heard of that phone call, it sounds to me as if you're in trouble with the board. In spite of everything I've done to try and cement good relations with them for your sake.
Well, the board and I can't always agree.
Well, maybe if you didn't have so many distractions by Annie Spencer
All right,
these days.
I mean it. Stop it.
I'd be very careful how I talk to me if I were you.
Look, I don't know how you found out that I was with Annie. But the simple, honest truth is I was only there for 5 minutes.
Ha!
It is the truth.
Yes, it was all innocent and terribly pure.
That's right. We were talking, and that is all.
Well, if it was all so innocent, how do you explain that little kiss when you were saying goodnight in the hallway? Or are you that friendly with every woman who works at Memorial?
All right. All right. I didn't want to get into this tonight. But since you're so bound and determined, we'll talk. I saw Grant Coleman today. I've started divorce proceedings.
Well, then, if I were you, I'd just call him and tell him to forget it.
You'll be calling your lawyer in a couple of days. Now, I shouldn't even have to say this, but let's see if this whole thing can be handled in a decent, civilized manner.
I'm sure that's what you want.
In light of the situation, I think I should move out in the morning. I'll go to a hotel or to the resident quarters at the hospital. Now, I'm gonna go upstairs and pack.
Doug, wait a
No,
minute.
Marcia! No more arguments! I'll sleep in the guest room tonight.
Melinda, hi.
Hi.
Are you waiting for me? Have you been waiting long?
No, it's only been a few minutes.
Oh, I'm sorry. If I'd known you were here, I would have come straight home from the airport. I drove Tom there.
Yes, Annie said you did.
Is she here?
Mm-hmm. She's in the other room studying.
Well, that figures. Annie studies every chance she gets these days.
Well, it was also a way of avoiding to have to sit here with me.
Oh, Melinda.
I understand, though. And you know I usually try to come around when she's not here, but I had to talk to you, Barbara.
What's wrong?
Something very unpleasant happened to me today. Marcia Campbell showed up at my apartment earlier.
What?
She thought that Dr. Campbell was there with me. Then she started throwing around all these crazy accusations. Do you know she still had it in her head that he and I were having an affair?
I hope you convinced her that that was nonsense.
Well, I think I did. I don't know. It wasn't until, though, she marched right into my bedroom and searched it.
Oh, no, she didn't.
I couldn't even stop her. Oh, maybe it's just as well that I didn't, too. Naturally, she didn't find Dr. Campbell there. Or anyone else, and I don't know. I guess she finally believes me now. It was just so awful. So degrading.
I'm sure it was.
And I don't know how she decided that I was the one who was mixed up with her husband. But there is somebody, Barbara. I know there is. I really think there is now.
Perhaps.
At least I do know one reason for her suspecting me. You see, before I left, she showed me a scarf. She said she found it in her husband's car. Or at least I think she said that. But it had my initial on it. The letter S.
And now part 2 of As the World Turns.
It is a beautiful place, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it is. I can see why you love it so much.
Yes, I do. I'll tell you what we'll do. I want you to go exploring with me. I'd take you tonight, but it's too dark to see everything.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But tomorrow, and while you're here, we're going to explore. There's so many little nooks and crannies that I haven't even had a chance to look through yet. And there's some old hallways back from colonial days that, well, they really seem to lead nowhere. But I guarantee you, you and I are going to go over every single corner of this place.
Terrific.
Will that be all for tonight, Bennett?
Yes, thank you, Hester. Oh, there is one thing. I'd like you to prepare a real old-fashioned country breakfast in the morning to celebrate Tom's arrival at the inn.
Very well, I will. Good evening, Mrs. Coleman. Mr. Hughes.
Bennett, what a lovely idea, a country breakfast. Oh, darling, you are being such a perfect host to my son.
You don't have to thank me. I want Tom to enjoy himself. Tom, I know that we got off on the wrong foot back in Oakdale, but it's my hope that while you're here in Norwich, we can become good friends.
I don't see any reason why we shouldn't be. I know my mother is very happy since she's come back here. As you seem to be the reason for her happiness, I'm grateful to you.
Oh, I'll drink to that.
Ah.
Tom, there's a tremendous favor I'd like to ask you.
Oh, go right ahead.
I'd like very much for you to be my best man at the wedding.
Well, thank you. I'm honored, but you must have some closer friend you'd like to have stand up with you.
No, I really haven't. See, I've been leading rather a solitary life since Ruth ran off, and, well, I have old friends in the area, but nobody I'd honestly call a close friend.
Well, in that case, of course I accept.
Bennett, I can't tell you how surprised I am, darling, that you would ask Tom to be the best man.
I wanted to surprise you.
Well, you did. Oh, this is wonderful. My two most favorite men in the whole world, now they're getting to be friends.
Well, I hate to draw the evening to a close, but it is getting awfully late, and I'd like to get an early start in the morning. I'll tell you, Tom, we'll show you around the grounds in the morning, then we'll go into the village for a full sightseeing tour.
Bennett, I have an idea.
Do you have another suggestion?
Yes, I do. I'll tell you what. I think maybe it would be better if I showed Tom over in Norwich tomorrow afternoon. You stay here and do your writing. You see, Bennett writes on his novel, and he really is regimented and just like clockwork.
Yeah, well, I don't want to disrupt your schedule.
Well, I don't mind taking a day off from my writing.
Come on now, Bennett, do that for me.
Can't I have a little time to myself now and then?
No, I want you to finish your novel by the time we get married. So you stay here and you write, and I will show Tom through our little village.
You know what it's like trying to change your mother's mind once it's made up?
Sure, I know. It's impossible.
Well, I'll say goodnight. Welcome again to the inn, Tom.
Thank you, Bennett.
I'll see you in the morning.
Well, we'll be up soon. I know that Tom wants to finish his coffee, so good night.
Sleep well, Tom.
Tom, you want a little more coffee, a little hot coffee?
No, thanks. I'm fine.
I'm so happy you're here.
Well, so am I. You know, I've really been curious about this place.
I know, but it really is beautiful.
And you know, Bennett really seems like a different person here than he did in Oakdale.
Oh, well, of course, he feels at home. Here in Oakdale, he felt so out of place. He's basically such a shy person, too, and he was so hurt.
By his ex-wife?
Yes. I didn't realize just how devastated he was by it first.
She left him, right? Ran off?
Mm-hmm. She ran off with a New York actor by the name of Martin Blake. Hester's brother.
Hester has a brother who's an actor?
It sounds incredible, doesn't it?
You know, personally, I think Hester's a little spooky.
Oh, you haven't seen anything yet. Actually, Tom, it's not a laughing matter. I really think Hester has sort of a She has an unhealthy attachment to Bennett.
Yeah, I sensed something of the kind.
Yeah. Of course, she's very jealous of me. And I don't care for her at all. I can't stand the woman. And as soon as Bennett and I get married, I'm going to see to it that we get rid of her once and for all. Well, you finished?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Good. I'm a little tired, so why don't we go to bed? I know what we'll do. Once you get settled in your room, I'll come in and we'll have a little talk like we used to do, okay?
Okay.
Yes, operator? I'm calling Moorcliff Sanitarium, and I'd like to speak person to person to Dr. Louis Karanowski. No, I'll call back later when the line's not busy. It's very important that I speak to Dr. Karanowski tonight.
Barbara? It's me, Tom.
Tom! Oh, nice to hear from you so soon. Why haven't you written?
I hope I didn't wake you up.
No, not at all. How was your flight?
No, it was fine. But the nicest part of the trip was the drive to the airport with you. Thank you again.
You're welcome again. I enjoyed it too. Especially our talk.
We'll have to talk a lot more when I get back.
Okay. How's the inn?
Oh, it's really very pretty, reeking with history.
Oh, I'll bet.
But frankly, I'm glad its mom was going to be living the rest of her life here, and not me, because frankly, I think it's kind of creepy.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when I came downstairs just now, every step on the way down creaked. Are there bats outside?
Well, it's the country, silly.
I'll say it is. There's not a light around for miles. I also have a funny feeling that I'm being watched, even when I'm alone in my room.
I think you have an overactive imagination going on there.
Uh-huh, that could be, but this place really brings it out. Barbara, I think you know what I was trying to say on our drive to the airport.
I do. But I agree, a little time to think would be good for both of us.
I miss you already.
I miss you too.
Hey, Mom.
Here I am, with that little chat I threatened you with earlier.
Good.
You like your room? Is it comfortable?
Oh, it's fine. Very charming.
It is charming, isn't it? All the rooms here at the inn are charming. Some of them kind of worn. I've got to do some redecorating, I think.
Well, you'll enjoy doing that.
Oh, sure. I've got lots of plans for this place. Wait. You got enough blankets?
Yeah, oh, yeah, there's a couple extra on the chair over there.
Oh, yes. Hester brought those up. Good old Hester. Well, I'm sure you'll need them towards morning. It gets kind of cold.
I can imagine.
I understand we're going to have pretty weather for tomorrow, though. It'll be good for our sightseeing tour.
Good. I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, good, great. I almost forgot to tell you. Grant called earlier. He wanted you to call him back immediately.
Did he say what it was about?
Some kind of important business or something.
That's all?
Yeah. When wouldn't you think that he would just leave you alone for a few days and just forget the business thing?
No, I don't mind.
The wind must be kicking up again. It's the shutters. Don't be nervous.
Okay, if you say so.
Oh, my. Poor Bennett. He doesn't seem to just, he gets one shutter just tightened down and then another one seems to fly loose. Oh, boy, as I said, a lot of work to be done around here. A lot of work.
But you're happy. I can see that in your eyes.
Oh, yes, yes. I love it here. I really do.
Mom, don't you ever get kind of jumpy?
Me, jumpy? Oh, a little.
I mean, there's so many rooms and hallways and doors.
I know.
I hate to admit it, but I got a little scared a few minutes ago when I went downstairs to call Barbara.
You did? Why?
Well, at one point I thought I heard footsteps following me.
Oh, your imagination, probably.
Mm-hmm. Probably. Mm-hmm. But when I hung up, I thought I saw a shadow in the hallway. It looked like a woman.
Well, then did you go look and see?
Yes, I did. There was no one there, no one I could see.
Well, tell you the truth, some things like that have been happening to me lately, too. I mean, ever since I got back here.
Like what?
Oh, I don't know, like doors opening and closing, little things like that.
Oh, great.
Yeah. At first, I thought it was Hester trying to frighten me. So I would leave, and then she could have Bennett all to herself again.
Well, that's a reasonable assumption.
But recently, things have happened that I can't blame on Hester at all.
Like what?
Oh.
Mom, you seem genuinely frightened. Don't you want to tell me about it? I mean, it might make you feel better.
Well, I could. It's just hard to find the right words, and once I did, I think you'd think I was foolish.
No, try me.
All right, I have a feeling that maybe there's another presence around here.
Another presence? You mean like a ghost? Like the one Bennett told us
Oh,
about?
come on, don't be silly. Of course not. I don't mean a ghost. Tom, I know it sounds crazy. You may think I am, but I just can't help but wonder if, well, if Ruth isn't still here at the Willows, but she's hiding away for some horrible reason.